15 years, Logan.
15 years.
15 years.
Incredible.
I'd be like, we have a kid. We could have a kid, but like you have 3 of them.
It's 5 years older than my kid, than my oldest.
I know.
Crazy.
Hi, and welcome to the Big Damn Podcast, the monthly peek behind the scenes of our independent film and production company, Big Damn Films. Cue the intro music. Welcome, everyone, to the May edition of Big Damn Podcast. I am Michael Jane, and with me, as always, is my co-pilot and man who just got an award for running much further than I will go in life, Louis Quebec.
So we're going to do something totally crazy and different this month. We're going to take a look back at the progress we've made.
And look, this is episode 7.
It is.
So the company has been around for now almost a year and a half.
Almost a year and a half, yeah.
We are 1 month away. Actually, not even 1 month. At the time we're recording, it's May 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2 weeks, we'll have our year and a half anniversary.
Yeah, big party, exclusive gala.
And if you're not a member of our Patreon, then you have no idea what you're missing, because that gala, guys.
Yeah, top notch.
Anyway, but like looking back, we went from snail's pace to every week there's something new.
Mm-hmm.
Every week there is. If you've ever wanted to get into distribution, let me tell you. If you think the military is a lot of hurry up and wait, this is even better. Mm-hmm. Let's kind of go back on where we were updating for last month. So last month we shared that we have the Big Damn hard drive.
Yes.
And that we've gotten the backup of the Big Damn hard drive. And for those of you listening to the podcast, you're missing all the fun of me just holding up random hard drives. For those of you playing the home game with the video, you got to see like triplicate, and they just keep getting smaller. There's over 40 hours of footage to go through. Mm-hmm. So my wildest estimate of what I thought I would be done, I'm still coming through. That being said, my early estimation, Logan, was I think we were only going to use 50% of it. Mm-hmm. I think it might be closer to 70.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I was going to say, not only that, I get to add a whole nother hard drive.
You have the invisible hard drive.
The invisible hard drive, all the magical footage.
Exactly.
Yes. No, I have discovered the magical hard drive from at least day one of the ZCon proof of concept shoot that we had thought was lost to the ether. That is not. It was lost to my office. The reason I have a virtual background.
That's great content for the podcast listeners.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you can hear all of that. We'll have to audio describe the track for them.
Also excited to, as Bill knows, because he's one of them, we shared our updates with our crowdfunding supporters on where we are, what's going on, and largely got positive responses, including from several of the people who were in ZCon first round of filming that are excited to come back or looking to come back. A lot of people said that they loved their time on set.
I mean, it's cool to be on a movie set.
Hold on. This is the weird part, and this is the weird in the good way. And I'm pulling up, for those of you again playing the home game, the audio game of the Big Damn Podcast. I am currently looking at my phone to get to the Big Damn Films Facebook page, so I could go to comments. So Kimberly Stiff commented, "This is awesome. What fun." Brooke Silvius will definitely be excited. We had so many amazing people on the set of ZCon. This is where I feel old, because Brooke, you could see Brooke in the fake trailer for ZCon where Daniel Ross Gordon says the only good zombie is a dead zombie, and she's standing in as the Austin character, which is a joke that nobody will get anymore because it's not going to be seen. It was the original end credits of the movie where they find out the trailer is being made of their experience, and then one of the characters is upset he's played by a girl. Brooke, 16, I believe, when we filmed. 26 now, grown adult, graduated college. Deborah Young commented, Madison will be excited. She loved being a zombie these days. Madison's like, this is sick. I still tell people how much fun I had on the set. Madison, the amazing Madison, is also in her 20s. now teaches dance.
People grow up. It's crazy.
In my brain, these people are still 10 to 16. I've watched them grow up over the last decade. I've been friends with a lot of these Facebook, and I'm hitting that age where I'm realizing 50 is 2 years away. And Jesus. Yeah, I need to make 2 more movies before I hit 50, Logan.
All right.
Okay. So that gets to our shared updates with crowdfunding. You want to talk business?
Yeah, a little bit of business. We've actually gotten our first few orders in the big damn shop.
The beautiful thing about that is that when it comes to the Printful stuff, that was our first experience with Printful. You and I had ordered from it, so technically we've had our own orders fulfilled.
Had some tests, yeah.
But yeah, again, got to give shout out to Bill. Bill ordered early adopter of the T-shirt, the blue T-shirt, which I was stupid enough to not be wearing right now because of the wash. Washing that whole process with the other side, we did nothing.
Yep.
I mean, we didn't do nothing. We
cleaned it all up, and it just left it out there, and
it happened without us. Without us having to do anything.
We didn't hold anything up. They Printful shipped it. They made it. We didn't have to pack thousands of packages or any packages in our living rooms. It was great.
I miss those days, though, man.
There is a nostalgia about them, but my living room is now filled with the toys of 3 children, so I don't have packing parties in my living room anymore.
No, I mean, what I missed is there's a lot of camaraderie about getting together and doing that. Like,
oh yeah, well, we made a party out of it.
Well, yeah, we made a party out of it. Like, everything's a party. But it's also, as we're getting older, like, getting together more frequently becomes more and more difficult. It was really nice reason to get everybody together. But now we can kind of rest easy because Printful has succeeded.
Yep. It's working.
All the back end pieces are working well. Pre-orders seem to be going well. All that system is in place. Blu-ray is dominating DVD, which kind of surprised, but not really. We're a month and a half away from officially having this will be permanently in the store.
Yep, and being able to take it out to conventions or anywhere that you can find us in person.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah, that'll be cool to get back to that level of normalcy.
It is weird. It is a normalcy.
It is.
Once you start down that route, that like it is this weird little subculture of career. Yeah. 2025 is going to be interesting because I think we're going to venture out to conventions that we've never been to before, but also like the type of conventions we haven't done before.
Yeah, we'll also probably be more in the horror conventions too, which we never did much of.
Yeah, we'll be in the horror conventions. We'll be in the general pop culture conventions.
Yep.
We'll be in the industry conventions as a production and distribution company looking for and hopefully selling to.
Yeah, lots to look forward to, and lots of behind the scenes for all of our Patreon members to hear about. You know, if you want to kind of see the ground floor of a production and distribution movie business, now's the time to.
We are starting off in the most humble of ways. We're starting small. We're building small.
Yep.
Which is great. I would be really worried if all of a sudden we had massive, like we turned the lights on tomorrow and there was 700 people there. I probably wouldn't mentally know how to handle that. I'd figure it out, but whatever.
We'd manage.
Being able to start small, it feels like Browncoat's Redemption days all over again. It feels like momentum rather than a continuation. That being said, you and I have sat down earlier this evening and mapped out that every month there'll be something new every week for Patreon supporters.
Yep. We wanted to make sure that all the tiers kind of got their due and everybody who's supporting us has some rich content and some things to look forward to that, we can put out on a regular basis.
For those of you in the Patreon group who are going to hear this unedited thing, you get to know that like there's stuff that we're going to not include in the final version.
Right.
And the Patreon version of the unedited thing will only be in video format. We're not going to release the audio. Whereas the audio edit will come out. And so you'll get to see side by side the months where we're taking a lot of the ums and ahs, we're cutting out stuff. The way that we've broken it down is that like we said, every week something new is going to be coming. We have to thank our early Patreon supporters, you and I being the first two, for the patience as we kind of figured out this new Patreon thing. It's brand new. Like, I know crowdfunding in and out and how that works. This is new because this is perpetual. Figuring out the pace and patience of releasing everything, where me personally, I'd be like, I want to give everything to you on the first of the month.
Right.
And Logan wisely is like, no, I think once a week is probably smarter.
Keep the drip going.
And the drip changes every month too. It's not like it's the same thing over and over again.
Right.
The other side of the coin is, while we have those every Wednesday, Big Damn Wednesday things going on in Patreon, Big Damn Wednesday is the day Logan and I also meet business-wise. There'll be stuff intermittently that comes out around those times. So it's not like you only hear once a week. Sometimes you'll get a flood of things in a week, especially when we're at a convention period. Sometimes it'll be intermittent.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to at least get something every week. Going into the second part of our business, because that's a little bit of the marketing promotion side of things, going into the distribution side of things. Right before Christmas, our first outing, pre-orders are still going on until July 3rd. If you order by if you order by June 16th, we can guarantee that they will get to your house by July 3rd, so you could spend 4th of July with Darkstone's version of St. Nick. In addition to that, kind of the thing I'm getting excited by, and I'm super nerding out on the numbers for it, is that we have licensed this movie to 5 streaming platforms.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It has officially been licensed by Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Kino, Play Now Media, which has 50 different sub-channels underneath it. So I'd be interested to see where that goes.
Yep.
And You Pick Media, which is still pretty new. So I'm very interested to see how that shakes out. And the way that it's looking is that we'll probably pick up a few more before we even get to July. And then this will be ongoing for the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then since we've got our foot in the door with these guys, next thing we do is going to be easier to get in there. And then we're still looking at so many more movies this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that we had talked about when we were starting all of this, and that some of our kind of research, if you will, uncovered, was that places will pick up a movie here or there, but once you start to have a catalog, they look at you differently. And by the end of this year, we should start to have the beginnings of a catalog. And hopefully that continues kind of that ramp effect of the streaming license deals picking up too.
Well, it's also the ramp effect of our business drastically changing.
That too.
I took time earlier today in preparation for our call, and I'm like, let's look at last year at this time. Last year at this time is a lot of like hoping and maybe planning and waiting for the stars to align and all of that stuff to happen. This time, we now know by the end of this year, we will have 4, if not 6 movies out.
Yep.
Like guaranteed 4, potentially 6. Which is wild. Which means we go into 2025 with tons of selections for people to choose from at conventions. Whereas I'm used to going with like maybe browncoats or maybe ninjas or like one thing. Like very rarely have I had more than one thing at a convention. Based on the way we're going, by 2026, we're going to have 2 tables.
Or we won't be able to bring everything that we distribute to a convention.
That's a lie. So yeah, we're getting to a point that we may have to, as Logan said, get to not bring everything with us, which is a shame. This is pipe dreams. I would like us to get to a big enough space where we can have a 20 by 20 space that's more of like, it feels like a hangout / shop rather than the way everybody traditionally does a convention booth. Like having gone to more industry or industrial related expos, you see those there.
Yep.
Where they have like a little couch area and then a sales area. Like that's like what I want Big Damn Films to feel like at a booth at a larger convention one day.
Yeah, it'd be cool when they can come in and read our comic book tie-ins to our latest movie.
So that wraps up all of our distribution conversations for May. which means we're going into June. A, turned 48. Wonderful. B, that is the last month of pre-orders for Fright Before Christmas. C, based on the schedule John Johnson gave me on Monday, that will be the month that all of Fright Before Christmas is finished filming. Not Fright Before Christmas. Yes, possibly Fright Before Christmas too.
Okay.
Sorry, Night of the Blue Moon.
Oh.
Yes. Saw John. We did a TikTok live on Monday the 20th, and we talked for like an hour and a half. Patreon supporters, that's going to be your super secret update video for the month of May. You get to watch that full cat. And yeah, John looks like amazing. Like,
awesome.
He looks, you could tell when he was getting tired towards the end. This is the John that you and I hung out with on set.
Okay.
Brown coats. Like this is, he looks, I could see another 15 years of movies coming out of this guy.
That's wonderful.
Justin will be completing Rifter's soundtrack in July. We will start printing the LP in August. I can't, dude. I'm stoked for that. Like when we found out that we could do, I am legitimately
so excited. Yeah,
for an LP, not just an LP, a big damn LP, but like that, like this soundtrack of everything that I'm hearing, and it is LP.
Oh yeah, it's LP worthy for sure.
Yeah, we're having the year I wanted to have last year.
True.
So last year being the year of I Told You So. This year that it's all coming together. Yeah. But that's everything. Like that catches us. Like we're starting to talk about the future, which is getting exciting. But that catches us up in May. We have fulfilled orders through our shop. So shop's up and running. We are on episode 7 of the podcast, which means we've literally had our excuse me. That means that we have kept up with our monthly updates. What's going on. We are licensed by 2 of the bigger streaming platforms for one of our films. Our Patreon schedule is getting on point.
Our Patreon membership has doubled.
Our Patreon membership has doubled. The irony is that you and I made a joke about like, you know, we want to thank our 2 supporters, and I had to go back and re-edit the last episode because we have 2 for some, and I didn't want it to sound condescending.
Yeah, no.
To Bill and Lauren, but that leads us into like wrapping everything up. So Logan, we need to thank our Patreon supporters, Lauren Budd and Bill Farrow, for helping Big Damn Films tell our Big Damn story.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, again, go to DJ Saver for all of the music. We'll have a link in our wherever we do links from. Logan,
you know, what can we say? Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, keep up with us as we give you our peek behind the curtain. And as always, thanks for all your Big Damn support.
As always, thanks for joining us. And until next time, keep telling your Big Damn story.